Well, hello, Libra. Welcome to your birthday reading. Happy birthday. So, we are going to jump right in. Let's see what we have for you. I'm going to pull out some cards first because I want to get the gist of what the energy is for your birthday. But let's see. So, archetype card. We have Child Eternal in reverse. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. I don't feel like that's something that is particularly like directly that you're going through at the moment. I feel like it is a storyline of yours. Okay. Let me pull my chair up a little. Sorry. Okay. I feel like it's a storyline, like something that you sort of deal with, have dealt with, constantly deal with, you know? Um, it feels like a fine line with wanting to be lighthearted, kind, open, have fun with life and look at life through a beautiful lens, but also being an adult and making adult decisions and facing fears and doing things that are not so fun. Um, it feels like an underlying, like, sort of thing that you deal with, you know? That's what that feels like to me. So it doesn't feel like, oh, just right now during your birthday, it's something you deal with. I feel like it's a constant battle. Okay. And then we have time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues of your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will always rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. And ground yourself. When you detach from the awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, okay, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. How perfect are those two cards for you, right? So that's what I was saying about your energy, Libra. It's very, I want to have fun, but not like childish, you know? It's just like I want to enjoy life. I want to see what's out there. I want to experience things. I want to sort of be in the in between, right? Maybe like not make any like hard decisions. But as you get older, as you go through different phases in your life, as you grow, as you change, you have to do those things to expand, you know? It's almost, what's the word I want to use? I'm going to say a travesty. It's almost a travesty not to take um, advantage of those opportunities when they come up, you know? Just because, I don't know, you don't feel like it. It almost is. You have to think of it that way. And how important it is for you to be present, like in the present moment, in the world, on this earthly plane. Like, how important it is for you to take those moments and those opportunities, face those fears, deal with that karma, you know? All of that is necessary, even if it's not fun. Planting seeds, seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of your soul and launching your journey. I am intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. Yeah. This just means that you have to keep planting seeds for things to grow. So things don't happen just overnight. Overnight, you're not going to be a millionaire. Overnight, you're not going to have the life you always dreamed of, right? So you have to take steps to get there. You know, you have to make opportunities. Sometimes you'll plant a seed 3 months. Like you planted a seed 3 months ago that may take effect tomorrow, you know? But you don't like give up and be like, well, I see that didn't work, you know? You have to nurture it. You have to stay on it. You have to keep up with these things. So again, it might not be something that sounds fun to you. It might not be what you wanted it to be, but it is for you, you know? And continue to do that. You don't do it once and then just wait, you know? You also have to keep up on these things, and you have to continuously um seed your own life, you know? I feel that. I have no questions. Very straightforward. All right, Libra, let's get into your cards. Now, interesting enough, I don't usually do this, but I'm using, what is this called? The Psychic Tarot of Love for your reading. We're going to do a Celtic Cross. Now, funny, I don't know how the original Celtic Cross actually is. It may be the same. I might have changed a few things. I typically don't follow a blueprint with these things. So, so let's see. Libra, for your birthday. What does Spirit want you to know for your birthday? Now, there will be an extended reading of this on Patreon. It's going to do individual. It's going to be individual reading. So one for overall spirit energy, love, singles and couples, 2 different ones, and then money and career. Okay? All right. So Libra, birthday. First card, Master. Master. Well-deserved reward. Sadness and isolation. Simply love. Strengthening bonds. Open up. Coming together. Oh. Control. Feeling alone. And release. This is an interesting spread, Libra. I'm going to say this before we get to the bottom of the deck. I feel a lot of focus on emotional things like love, maybe like an intimate relationship, or even a relationship with someone else, like a mother or father, okay? But there's a big focus on it, like so much focus on this relationship or this bond that it's taken up energy that you should be using on yourself. I definitely see that there. And I feel, because I don't see it, but I feel that it is an awareness of yours, like you know that it's something. But it's almost like you're trapped in that cycle because maybe you've been doing it for so long that it's hard to break free from it, okay? They're saying it's got something to do with the bottom of the deck. Okay, opportunity beckons. This is like the 4 of Cups. So this is like a fear of leaving things behind, yeah. See, heal. It's something that you need to heal from for sure. See, it's like needing to see relationships, needing to see love from a different, they're saying kaleidoscope. through a different kaleidoscope. So that leads me to believe that it's like you have this singular version of how love or relationships or emotions should go, but there's so many different facets of it. There's so many different ways, there's so many different perspectives that you shouldn't get stuck on one. Okay. So, yeah, stuck on an old idea of love, how love should be, how a relationship should be, how a bond should be, um, how an emotional feeling should be, how a situation should go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So recently, you've walked away from that. It shows me that you know that you need to move past this. Like, this is something that is a karmic block for you, okay? And it's something you know that you need to move away from or grow away from. But for some reason, you keep getting dragged back into this same type of relationship or situation. Yeah, you're fully aware. I see full awareness, Libra, of what it is that you should do. But it seemed like every time you move forward or take a step, emotionally you kind of get dragged back into this situation for some reason. Um, this has a hold on you. It has a hold on you. And you need to understand that if you don't understand this hold, if you do not try to break it, if you don't consciously make an effort to change it, you will not get what you deserve. The love that you want, the opportunities that you won't get them. Yeah. You're going to have to be strong. You're going to have courage. You're going to have to believe. Otherwise, you're just going to keep riding the same Ferris wheel. That's what I'm seeing. Over and over and over again. And it's your own mind. It's your own mind that keeps you here. If you can change that mindset, then it will change. Okay? Stop focusing on, especially those of you who are focused on relationships, stop focusing on finding someone new. It'll happen when it happens. Okay? But you're too focused on it. You're too focused on any little thing maybe being the one, maybe being the time, instead of just following the energy or following the flow. So you got to stop doing that, because I feel like it feels like digging too hard into something that everything looks like an opportunity. Okay? Yeah. You're going to have to separate yourself again. If it gets too bad, that's what I'm saying. If it gets too bad and you keep getting back into old cycles and old mindsets emotionally, you're going to have to separate yourself again. And I know you don't want to. I know it's not fun. It's not what you want to do. You want to be out in the world dating and trying new things and all that. But you may need to retreat to sort of get yourself back balanced again, because that's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, right? Yeah. This is a reminder that you need to start keeping yourself grounded. Actively have a routine. I feel like a routine will help you stay on track. You need a routine. You need to be able to stick to a routine where there's not, this is going to sound weird, where it doesn't give you much room to think, to overthink, to overponder. Okay? And once that becomes comfortable, once that feels stable, then you can try again. Okay? But it's a reminder to keep yourself regulated so you can move forward, because it feels like sometimes it just works, like your regulation works too well and then you fall back. But you got to remember to like bring it back, like to get yourself balanced, to recalibrate. It's interesting. I see this focus on perfection. But this idea of perfection is not what's right for you. Like, it's like you have this picture, how it looks, how it should feel, but the situation doesn't add up to make it that way. It's just something that you have in your mind that cannot actively happen in the situation that you're in. But there's this mindset of like, I can love it this way. You know, like if I love hard enough, it'll be the way that it is. If I, you know, if I put my heart in hard enough. So you have a very idealistic view that sometimes needs to be recalibrated, is the word I'm going to use. You would love to have a release. Sometimes it's really hard to be in a routine, on a pattern. Like I said, you sort of want to be this free spirited type of person that just kind of, you know, things happen to or whatever. You try different things, you know. But you hold a lot of, the older you get, the more baggage and stuff that you hold from these situations. So you have to be a little bit more calculated with your activities. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that you're tired of being alone. You're tired of waiting. You're tired of wanting your turn. And you just want for things to change. But you have to listen to your own energy. And when your energy tells you, like when your energy is off and you need to take a step back or you need to take a moment, you need to do that, right? You can't ignore it. Like, but I want to be with someone, so I'm gonna ignore it. Yeah, you can't do that. You have to check that impulsivity that you have in you sometimes. Yeah, this is all about making things easier for you. It's like you have to listen to your own spirit energy. And like I said earlier, when your energy tells you to do something, you need to do it. So it's this energy is teaching you to love every part of you, even the parts that aren't easy, right? And this is the part that's not easy. This is for you to get yourself back. Sometimes we can fall into the habits of listening to how other people do things or seeing how other people live life and try to mimic that because we want those same outcomes, those same conclusions, those same rewards. But that's not the direction that our energy is going in. So you're learning that to listen to yourself in your own space and your own energy, even if it's not as fun. Okay? That's really it. Let me see if I can get some advice for you before we move on. Service, guilt, despondence. I'm seeing a couple things. I'm seeing someone has a reliability on like a family member, or a family member has reliability on you. And knowing that it's time for you to move on or time for you to expand, and being afraid that you are leaving that person in the lurch, I guess, or leaving them on their own, but it's like time for you to move on. Okay? And I see a lot of being disconnected with your life as it is now, wanting more expecting more and just tired of the path, like the tired of the learning path and sort of wanting to be like a teenager again, I guess is the feeling. But be careful of that, because that's more it's like you're not reading the room, right? It's like, yes, we all like want to be 20 again, but you're like 45. That's the thing. Um and also remembering that you're doing all of this not for the outcome, but for the betterment of your own life, your own self, your own energy. Okay. So if you're only doing like if you're only going through these changes, if you're only learning about your own energy just to get things, you're kind of losing the purpose. The get things part just comes as we do what we are supposed to do. So just keep that in mind, okay? So if I see you at Patreon, I see you. If I don't, I'll see you later. Happy birthday. Bye bye.